Yo, Aries, this is Antenna Oracle here for a reading for the second half of April, so the 15th till the end of the month. Primarily focusing on kind of this full moon that's going to be coming in. Hey, I used to run a Twin Flame channel doing tarot there. I have decided to switch over and start doing zodiac tarot reading, signs, energies, that kind of stuff. With that being said, I do 4 rows of cards. I do not have any private readings available. I run 4 different decks. I don't read reversals. I have prayed and pre-shuffled the cards just to kind of speed things up. I'll lay out 2 rows of cards first so that we can kind of have it go a little bit quicker. My previous videos are kind of coming out at about the half-hour range, and I may go back to doing that, but just probably for like the beginning of the month once I have some subscribers and everything like that. It just seems like a lot of time to spend making videos for not very many people to see, and I'll probably do the mid-monthlies in this kind of 15-minute format. So with that being said, let's just get some cards out here and kind of see what we have come up. If you do happen to like the video or like my style or anything like that, please like the channel, subscribe. It will really help grow my channel as it is a new channel. All the likes and everything like that really help just to kind of get the video to circulate to the top so other people can see it and everything like that. Plus, it's good karma, right? All right. Let's see what we got going on here, Aries. Cool. Alright, Aries, bottom of the deck energy is Strength with the Page of Swords. This really talks about a time that maybe you've been dealing with somebody that's been immature. I feel like this is probably going to be in relation to a love reading, but it's kind of a little unclear at the moment. But we'll see what kind of comes out of my mouth and go from there. I do kind of feel like it is a love reading, just kind of briefly looking at the cards. So this talks about probably dealing with somebody from your past that's been a little bit immature. There may have been arguments and kind of strife between the two of you. I really feel like it's a lot of just immaturity on their behalf. With that being said, one of the major factors here is that there's maybe been a lack of communication between the two of you. You understand that if you guys started having communication, this could actually potentially open up the path to a new chapter between you two, is how I'm going to phrase it. There's been hesitance here maybe from you or from them about having commitment. Somebody's been kind of closed off in the emotional sector, especially when it comes down to actually fully committing to the idea of a relationship. I see here that you're trying to progress into a more passionate state, though, and you're starting to overcome this throughout, kind of the healing and the process of getting to know this person. Even though there may have been some arguments, I'm not sure that you're quite ready to open the door yet, but I feel like you're moving in this direction. Like you may have been closed off and things have started communicating, so now this new chapter is going, and you're kind of like, well, but last time. And it looks like maybe last time, probably part of the problem here is that we have 2 things of the 5 of Wands, and this is a lot of social conflict that I'm really picking up. And not just conflict between you and this person, but conflict from the outside elements as well. So maybe it was some of their behavior, either in your friend group or your behavior in their friend group, or maybe other people talking about the situation, and or just them having some sort of social life that may have been inappropriate as far as to what you were looking for here, because I see the 3 of Cups and then the 7 of Cups as well. So this talks about potential third-party situations. The 7 of Cups is like, illusionary states, but multiple options. So maybe they were kind of playing the game. Maybe they're acting like a player here. And that may have been kind of the immaturity that you're going like, hey man, why the fuck would I want to commit to this if you're going to sit here and kind of dick me around and play games? I know what you're doing. I know how you're going about this, and I'm not about to be played. You're being way too overly obvious about what you're doing, and I appreciate you being kind of upfront about it, but you're also being really immature, right? So let's grab some cards. See how this plays out. Interesting. All right. Well, those are just gonna stay together. They wanted to. Priestess. So what I'm so far gaining is that, you know, maybe there was feelings for this person, Aries, and I feel like maybe you felt like you guys had a connection at some point, and you were kind of feeling it out and actually digging the connection, but then you were kind of watching them dick around and not take this connection very seriously. And this may have been a fire sign, maybe an air sign. I really pick it up that they're probably the fire sign, so Leo, Sagittarius, Aries as well. You know, but I really feel like that's what killed the connection between the two of you, is them more or less kind of being in a player mindset, having multiple options, that kind of mentality, right? So we have the High Priestess and the Intuition. I'm sorry, High Priestess and the Eight of Wands here coming across. And what that tells me is that you've been using your intuition about how often and how regularly you communicate. You're not necessarily putting yourself all in to the situation. You maybe been playing a little bit reserved, because we have 3 different Eight of Wands showing up here for you. So so there's definitely some need to communicate. I think it's just you may have opened this door recently about starting to recommunicate. You may have actually cut this person off in the past here, and now you're starting to recommunicate, but you're really kind of being reserved about how you're going about your communication. You're not being all in, that's for sure. And I think that may be something that's actually holding you back a little bit, Aries, that you want to be a little bit more all in. You want to be able to communicate a little bit better, but you've also seen how they were in the past, and that's one of the roadblocks that you're currently facing, right? Ultimately, this is, you have the Lovers and the Ace of Wands here. So it says with the new beginning and being able to kind of start openly talking, you do run a really good chance of actually having a passionate new start with this person that could be a great love connection for you. This could breed in exactly what were hoping for in the past, if you're still interested in the past. But I kind of feel like now you're in a spot after seeing everything where you're kind of weighing out your options and juggling between the two ideas. You're going like, well, yeah, I mean, if it would have been where they're at now, back then, I guess we could have done it, but they didn't do that, so I'm not sure that I really want to, you know, essentially sign back up for the same roller coaster, you know? Like, I feel like you're torn. You're like, yes, it could be good, but, you know, maybe I have other options now. And I see that you're kind of in a place where you're just stuck, and you're putting down the burden of what was in the past to take a quick break and kind of check your surroundings. Ultimately, I feel like even in doing this, that you're kind of putting up a sign here, though, to this person that you are not interested in necessarily communicating or having the connection that you once had with them. You're standing a little bit of ground whenever they are reaching out to you and trying to put forth emotional offers at you. You're kind of going like, you know, maybe if it was in the past. So, Aries, I guess the overall message here for you is that if you can look past the past here, you do have the potential for a very fulfilling connection with this person. That, you know, overall, yes, you're going to have to let go of what happened in the past and kind of their past behavior and set some new boundaries and guidelines with them as to what's acceptable, what's mature, and what you're looking for, you know, what you expect out of them. And in doing this, you know, you're going to have to kind of probably limit some of your options. And I think right now you're kind of feeling like you're almost enjoying your options. So you have to decide, Aries, between whether or not you want the connection that could have the fulfillment of actually being a full-on relationship that I believe somewhere in you at one point you did actually truly want. You wanted a relationship, you wanted the emotional abundance, and now you're just trying to decide if it should be with this person. The guidance from the universe here: use your intuition and communicate. Communicate, communicate, communicate. That is the key to solving everything. The more you talk with this person, the more you'll be able to decide what it is that you actually want from this person. So, remove the idea of being standoffish to them so you can have open communication. Open communication doesn't mean that you're necessarily going back to them, but it gives you the ultimate option on whether or not you want to proceed forward or not. Aries, if you've been seeking guidance, I hope this helps. Again, remember to hit that like button for me. It's good karma, and it really helps my channel grow. Take it easy, guys. Antenna Oracle out.